Now we will discuss about the different type of fault. So I think you aware about the different types of fault. सबको पता है? सबको पता है different types of faults? आपने fault
Sir,
analysis किया होगा, ठीक है? Now you will see that the fault is actually how we can see that fault occurs, that we have discussed that when there is the buildup of the current. Whenever there is the buildup of the current, that is current increases, very large amount of the current. So we actually know that fault is occurs. That is the obvious reason for choosing the current as a measure for that. Now, as you have already, we have discussed that what is a metallic fault. In case of the metallic fault, the resistance in the case of metallic fault is equal to zero. Whole of the fault current will flow through the whole of the current will flow through the that path. Now, actually, the relay is away from the fault location. So, when let us suppose that we have the fault, this is the transmission line, and suppose the fault occurs, and let us suppose that relay that we have used here. So relay is actually away from the fault location, and as seen from the relay location, the fault is characterized by the buildup of the current. It is characterized by the buildup of the current and the collapse of the voltage. So relay is actually the logic circuit. So what it sees, whenever there is the buildup of the current and the collapse of the voltage, then it will see that something is there, so fault has occurred. Here we have seen that various kinds of faults that occurs that that you have already studied. That is line to ground fault. Then we have the line to line fault, line to ground fault, triple line fault, and line to triple line to ground fault. Is it okay? You have studied. I think you have done the analysis also in your BTech in your power system. Now come to this transmission line. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, अब क्या है, सपोज हमारा ये है सोर्स, ठीक है, ठीक है, source impedance. Then we have the here we have the relay location. Here this is actually the PT, potential transformer or the voltage transformer, and here we have the CT, current transformer. No, it is circuit breaker. This is, in this case, this is PT. Sorry, this is PT. This one is PT, and this is the current transformer, CT, because we are getting the current from here and voltage from here, and this is the circuit breaker. So this is in case of a transmission line. So what happens that we are having the CT and the PT. So CT and PT, what the CT and PT will do, it will give the current and the voltage to the relay. Relay will have the logic circuits, and depending upon the logic circuits, it will make or break the circuit breaker. This is the circuit breaker. So we have the CT, PT, we have the relay, and then we have the circuit breaker. So depending upon the value of the current, let us suppose that if the current increases, then very large value of the current is there, then it will see that something is there. So it will give the this directions to the circuit breaker to make or break the circuit. Now let us suppose that what happens, let's suppose that the fault is there. Fault is within the system. Now when the fault is within the system, then in that very case, there is the reduction of this value, that is impedance is reduced because the current is increasing, fault is there, and the resistance to that path is getting reduced. And as a result, if this is getting reduced, ZS, let us suppose that we are considering only phase A. If ZL is reduced, then in that very case, IA is increased. The value of the IA is increased very much. Then if the value of the IA is increased very much, then in that very case, if you see this equation, if the IA is increased, then finally the VA will decrease. This VA will decrease if the fault occurs at the A. So in this case, you will see, in this way, you will see that with the fault, suppose this fault occurs, so there is the reduction in ZL. Whenever there is a reduction in ZL, IA will increase, and when the IA will increase, this IA, it will increase the IAZS, and as a result, there is the reduction in VA. So VA will reduce. So relay will see as the buildup of the current in the phase A and the collapse of the voltage. So this is how it works. So this is a small introductory part that how it works. Now we will discuss about the shunt faults, series faults. Sorry, we will discussing about the shunt faults. Now we'll what is the shunt series faults? So what are the series faults? Anyone? Shunt faults were the faults that is a line to line fault, line to ground fault, and all those faults. What are series faults? Anyone wants to say anything about the series fault? What are the series faults? कोई बताएगा? Hello. What are series faults?
सर जो फॉल्ट्स अनबैलेंस सिस्टम्स में होता है.
No, shunt faults. Actually, we will discussing the shunt faults.
सर
Shunt fault क्या था? हमारे पास ये आ गए faults, दो फेज टू फेज फॉल्ट आ गया, उसके बाद हमारे पास फेज टू ग्राउंड फॉल्ट आ गया. दे सारा पार्ट थे शंट फॉल्ट्स के. व्हाट आर सीरीज फॉल्ट्स?
सर लाइन कंडक्टर को ब्रेक होने से जो फॉल्ट क्रिएट होता है.
वेरी गुड. सीरीज फॉल्ट क्या होता है कि whenever suppose the current is flowing in some line, okay, now let us suppose the current is flowing in some line and then break occurs in that particular line. Let us suppose that break occurs, so we can say that series fault has occurs. So it is the break of path of the current. ठीक है, break of the path of the current. So actually these kind of faults do not result in catastrophe. Means ki these are very serious, these are not very serious in nature. It doesn't result in catastrophe. However, when let us suppose that this conductor is there and it accidentally touches the ground, let us suppose this conductor fault is there, then it accidentally touches the ground, okay, so in that very case it is converted into that is this part is grounded. So what happens, this series fault is there, so series fault is converted into which fault? कौन से fault में convert हो गया?
Shunt fault.
It is converted into shunt fault. So it is actually observed that most of the open conductor faults sooner or the later develop into some shunt faults or the short circuit faults. ठीक है? Actually, if series we have the breakdown of path of current, that is series fault, and it is not so fatal. However, if maximum of the times it is seen that whenever there is the break of the conductor, it will touch the ground and it is converted into shunt fault or the short circuit fault. However, in certain cases, you will see that it has the dangerous consequences that we can discuss in the subsequent lectures. Like if let us suppose that secondary current of CT is left open. So have you read in the measurement about that when the secondary current is left open? क्या होता है? So it has the dangerous consequences when the secondary current of CT is left open and field circuit of DC machine is open circuited. Field circuit of DC machine is open circuited. So in these two cases, it has the dangerous consequences that we can discuss in the CT part. Otherwise, maximum of the time, the series fault is converted into shunt fault, which is also known as the short circuit faults. Now here we have the different type of uh, voltages at the relay location during the faults for your understanding that how this is how the relay is seen. That let us suppose that we have the triple line fault, then the voltage collapse in whole of the this in all the cases the voltage is collapsed. Then we have line to ground fault. Then we have AB fault, that is the voltage is collapsed in A and B. Then we have the AC fault, that is voltage is collapsed in A and C. However, in one B phase, the voltage is still intact there. So these are actually the phasor diagram of the voltages which are at the relay locations. So whenever you are you will do the analysis in this protection, then you have to study that how the voltage, how the relay will see the things, because the relay is actually it will see the voltage and current only. That logic we have to give the relay, that how it sees the voltage and the current and how it gives the signal to the circuit breaker. Now this is about the series and the shunt faults. Now we have the um, abnormal operating conditions. So we have discussed the shunt faults, the short circuit faults, series faults. It's actually the introduction chapter which is going on so that the base is created. That why we are studying the protection system. Now, what are abnormal operating conditions? Anyone? Any idea? What are abnormal operating conditions?
Sir, in power system operations, the conditions which cannot be termed as fault but aren't normal either. Sir, such as the starting current in induction motors,
Okay, very
sir,
good.
or inrush current in transformer.
So actually the boundary between, if you say the boundary between the normal and the boundary between the normal and the faulty conditions is not so crisp. The boundary between the normal and the faulty conditions is not so crisp. Means that we sometimes the system is normal, but still the relay will trip. So boundary is not so crisp, and we have the certain operating conditions in the power system which are definitely not normal, but actually these are not fault. If you see the magnetizing in inrush current of the transformer, magnetizing inrush current of the transformer, and then we have one more example is that starting current of the induction motor. Starting current of induction motor is very high. Then we have power swings also. Sometimes whenever power swings occurs, then it will the angle of different generators swings with respect to each other. So these are actually the normal operating condition, that is magnetizing inrush current of the transformer. Then we have the starting current of the induction motor and then the power swing. However, these are not the faults. So now the question arises. Should the protective relay trip during the abnormal operating conditions? Should the protective relay trip during हाँ बताओ, क्या
No,
प्रोटेक्टिव
sir.
रिले? हाँ बताओ.
No, sir.
So what the protective relay will do? What the protective relay will do?
It should simply ignore that.
Okay, very good. So, however, if you see that the magnitude of this fault current, it can qualify it, that these are qualified it as a fault. That magnitude of the current, not fault current, the magnitude of this current, it will qualify them as a fault. They are qualified as a fault. However, there is no need to provide protection from them. Okay, though the current is as the fault current. And what the protective relay will do? What's the job of the protective relay? Protective relay will discriminate between the normal operating condition and abnormal operating conditions. It can discriminate between normal, abnormal operating conditions and the faults. So this is the work of the protective relay. Now one more question arises, that can the protective relay prevent faults? Anyone?
No, sir.
Can protective relay prevent faults? Ask me if you do not able to understand, because my writing is not so good. One more question we have. Can the protective relay prevent fault? So what the protective relay will do? What the protective relay can do? So we can say that it cannot prevent fault. However, the fault can be prevented. How the fault can be prevented? It can be prevented by using the properly designed and maintained equipment. Properly designed and maintained equipment. So it cannot, this protective relay cannot prevent fault. However, fault can be prevented by properly designed and maintained equipment. Okay. And however, we can say that it is not possible to totally prevent the occurrence of the fault. Not possible to prevent. Not possible to prevent totally the occurrence of the fault. Okay. So other question, one more question is there. What the protective relay supposed to do?
They are supposed to protect the equipment, sir, from when a fault occurs.
Okay, very good. So what the protective relay supposed to do? So the protective relay detect the fault with the help of current transformer. What it do? It will detect fault. Suppose we have this. Then we have the CT and the PT. We are getting, let us suppose that we have the CT here. So it will detect the fault with the help of CT and PT. Okay. And it will selectively remove the faulty part from the rest of the system. It will detect the fault, and second, it will selectively remove the faulty part from the rest of the system by tripping the appropriate circuit breakers. Okay, so it will do with the help of the current and the voltage transformer, it will detect the fault, and after that it will selectively remove the faulty part from the rest of the system by tripping the appropriate circuit breaker. However, the relay has to do this. Relay has to do it with utmost sensitivity, selectivity, and speed. 3S. So this thing relay has to do with sensitivity. It must be sensitive, it must be selective, and the speed must be high in that very case. Okay. Now, however, if you see that in a power system, the faults are not an everyday occurrence. So not every day the fault will occur. And it is said that one saying is that a relay spends all his life monitoring the power system. A relay spends all his life in monitoring the power system for the anticipation of the fault. For the anticipation of the fault. So relay spent all his life monitoring the power system for the anticipation of the fault. It means that it's a very dedicated work you can see that relay has to do. It will always keep on monitoring the power system and for the anticipation of that fault. Also, one more point is there that it is said that the relay operates for more number of times. It operates more number of times during testing and maintenance. During testing and maintenance. So it spends the maximum of the life in testing and maintenance than during the actual operation. That is the most of the time it spends its life that is the number of times that it operates is more in testing and maintenance than actual operation. So you can say one more point is that you can say that it is relay is actually the insurance against damage due to the faults. So it is the insurance against the damage due to the fault. So what we have discussed in this, we have discussed what are different abnormal operating conditions. Then we have seen that should the protective relay trip during the abnormal operating conditions, then can the protective relay prevent fault? The fault can be prevented by properly designed and maintained equipment. Then what the protective relay is supposed to do? Protective relay will detect the fault with the help of the CT and PT, and it will selectively remove the faulty part from the rest of the circuit. And this relay will do it with utmost sensitivity, selectivity, and the speed. So one more point is that the relay is actually working all its life for monitoring the power system in the anticipation of the fault. And it has been seen that it will operate, this relay will operate more number of times in testing and maintenance than in the actual operation. And you can say that it is the insurance against damage due to the faults.